I will not yield. I want to remind the public that Donald Trump and House Republicans also have their own ideas for the border. So let's review the majority's border ideas that they've actually presented. Here they are. Donald Trump actually has said that he wants to build alligator moats along the border. That's one of his incredible ideas. Another idea that Donald Trump has promoted is he actually wants to electrify the border fence and maybe even put some spikes on the border. That's another Donald Trump and MAGA majority border idea.
I stand with alligator moats. I think that is a great idea. Thank you for the free advertisement. Now, stay tuned in for something completely different. Good evening, folks. Wow. Now, nothing else. If Trump goes down, at least he was like one of those people that took all of the political shrapnel, exposing some of these people. Obama, the most, what do you call it? Scandal-free administration ever. You know, we'll just not even talk about while Obama was president about the complete scandal-free. What about afterwards? You know, just one that we can think quickly is, it's a dude. We know it's a dude. Everybody knows that Big Mike is a dude. One scandal. But you know, if you want to, okay, there's a lot of people like, no, you're such a, quit, he's not a dude, quit being an a-hole. I'm like, whatever. So you want to toss that one around the building for a little bit. The whole Tafari Campbell thing, that's weird. 911 calls, you know, a lot of things redacted, information would not come out, and timelines never lined up. And now we're going to talk about how Trump is trying to explain that he has executive immunity over these classified documents because just not only with the Clintons that had an abandoned or not being used car dealership that wasn't even locked very well and just an office space where it's like all these tapes and recordings of presidential meetings or whatever you want to call it. I mean, never was confirmed what was on those tapes, but it was presidential and there might have been some meetings, if you know what I'm saying. But anyhow, that was with the Clintons, and then you had Obama that left the office with all kinds of, like, what was it? It was more than thousands of documents. I want to say there was 1 million documents that he left with the office. And nothing ever said about that. What people don't seem to understand when they say documents, that doesn't always mean, you know, like one piece of paper. One document. A document is like, you know, if I wrote a bunch of stuff down and put this all together, imagine it's a full-size sheet of paper, and that would be a document. You know, Trump had 13 supposedly classified documents. I think it was not very many. Well, when they came to be through FOIA requests and different things, a conservative watchdog group, America First Legal, unearthed a secret Obama memo that could torpedo Jack Smith's claims that President Trump did not have authority to possess or retain classified documents. Check this out. So in June, Jack Smith indicted old Trump, our guy. Trump was charged in federal court with 31 counts of willful retention of national defense information and 6 other process crimes stemming from having panties in the wrong drawer because they went through all of the drawers, everything there. It was a warrantless search. And they tried to get all of Trump's team to turn off the security cameras while this was going on. They didn't want anything being seen in public. And if you know, it's public record that they have body cam. It's public record. If they come in your house to search, you've got video cameras on. You think they'd want those on to help prove, to take to court, to say, hey, because of, thank goodness we, you know, to refute evidence found, we actually have video recordings off of the person's personal security cameras that proves that we found this here. No, they wanted those off. That's weird. You know? Anyways, so in July, Jack Smith hit Trump with 3 additional charges in superseding an indictment and then this investigation into a classified document stored at Mar-a-Lago. And last week, the AFL filed a FOIA request against the Defense Department for more information on a secretive committee created by Barack Obama. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. In 2014, Obama created the Secretive Presidential Information Technology Committee, the there's no way to pronounce it nice and acronymically shortly, so we're just going to call it the something. PITCY. All right, anyway, so they say that after Russian hackers breached the executive office of the president's network, this calls for Obama to say, oh man, this isn't very secure at all. I just got hacked by these Russians. They Russian hacked me. Suddenly Obama's an Irish guy. He lives in Ireland now. He's an Irish immigrant. So now and he sounds like this. But anyway, so because of the problems that Obama had with the security of the original things that the president uses to communicate with back and forth, he created his own super secure network because of the Russians. Remember this now. And I'm only saying that so many times because how many be careful on YouTube, how many times have they created a situation that wasn't exactly the people they said who did it, but it was pretty much projection on their part? Now, excuse me. If you think about what they're accusing Trump of, it seems like all the stuff that they're doing. And Trump's seen it and just used what they did. And then it's going to say, well, if they can't do it, or if they can do it, why can't I? What's the problem here? Special counsel Jack Smith's indictment against former President Trump claims Trump was not authorized to possess or retain classified documents, but Obama's Piticus memo may have created a reasonable belief in President Trump that he in fact had such authority. America's first legal said. So unlocking this secret Obama presidency is not only important for the public transparency, it has clear implications for whether the government may have failed to disclose necessary information to necessary information to defend it as part of its prosecution of former President Trump. And this information may significantly affect the evidentiary support relied on the indicting and continuing to prosecute former president. So that's pretty wild. And a little bit more digs into this right quick here. I mean, just think about this, though. Now, if this gets mainstream, if this can be talked about in the public, this breaks down what you want to call a completely scandal-free, provable presidency by the Obamas. Now, they can't run on that because this is where we need to focus a lot of our energy to, because think about what they're fixing to do with Big Mike, who's totally not a dude. They're going to gear up sometime in the next few months. August, maybe? I don't know. August. Could be August. But they're going to wheel out Big Mike. They're going to bust it loose. They're going to put it all in our face. They're going to put Big Mike in our face. And that's going to be the shoe-in candidate to save the Democrat Party. I've talked about this over and over again, guys. I was wrong about Hakeem Jeffries. Right now, I'm sort of wrong. Give it time. It's not over yet. Remember whenever they were switching out medium-sized Mike, what was his name? Mike Johnson. What's ironic? Medium-sized Mike Johnson, switching him out, or with McCarthy, Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what was going on there. It was weird, and I'm not. There's a lot of MGT fans out there. Please, it's just just hear me out. I'm still upset about the 87,000 IRS agents that she helped to vote in. It would have went through probably anyways, but she didn't have to put her name on that. She could have been like, nah. And, at least stood up, at least that is a big thing. That's a huge thing. It's huge, totally huge. So, anyways, yeah. We need to focus our energy on that and expose what's going on with the Obama administration, because there's so many people, Obama regime, there's so many people who like right now that believe that they were the best presidency. They were, they didn't cause any of this division. Didn't direct DOJs and prosecutors to do all this political warfare. It's crazy, man. So, anyways, that's a big win. There's a couple other things right quick here. How long are we into this? Okay. We got a few more minutes. Now, this is another Trump thing here. The Trump's team to investigate potential for new trial following discovery of judges' connections to E. Jean Carroll. Maybe y'all know about this. This might have been something already talked about, but I like to get it out here because it's in the narrative. We've got to roll the narrative. That's just our job as conservatives. Or just Americans. I'm sorry, Americans. I apologize. We just need to do this as Americans. Okay. Anyways, former President Trump's defense team considering possibility requested a new trial because of the association. Apparently, there's a chance that these two right here may have been more than just friends. They probably I think they kind of like, you know, did stuff. I don't know, but it was a mentor and quote unquote friend. They knew these two know each other very well, apparently. And this is E. Jean Carroll's attorney, and this is the judge of the E. Jean Carroll trial, who judged by default and was completely biased through the whole thing. And then he coached. the judge coaches the jury pool into what to do. And then you get E. Jean Carroll going on camera saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to buy mansions. We're going to go to France and go fishing. We want to go fishing. Something about fishing. I don't know if that's code words. I don't know. But these people speak weird. But I don't think E. Jean Carroll's got the capacity to know the code words because she is nuts. She just talks. She's crazy. So yeah, that's the thing. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know, the whole thing was all hatched up at Kathy Griffin's house. Kathy Griffin invited all these people to her house. They got together and drank children's blood, probably, maybe, not really, maybe. And, back when they could get that good stuff before they got rid of, they must have done something to the supply because Kathy Griffin got old fast. She looked bad. Nobody going to see her comedy shows either. Nobody cares about Kathy Griffin. She sucks. It's funny. Right now we don't have enough Neuralinks in all of us to make us go see her in her comedy show. Give it time. Don't worry. They're going to try to link us up, guys. Just stay away from the graphene oxidine things. By the way, J6 Bomber was a former government official. FBI had license plate number, but refused to interview him. That's kind of this is getting twisty. See, that's that narrative thing that nobody wants to mess with. And, by the way, Illinois has tried to keep Trump off the ballot. They failed miserably. Excuse me again. I have stuff in the air that they spray out of nidus, and it makes my sinuses do weird stuff. So we're surviving though, guys. We're gonna make it. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out, and I appreciate everybody's wonderful support. Thank you for all the new subscribers. This is really cool. But I wanted to get the whole thing about the more Obamagate stuff. But we got to remember Tafari Campbell because that was weird. That was weird. Plus that whole thing about a microphone in between that dude's legs. That's weird too. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you. Please hit like, subscribe.
You just have to flood a country's public square with enough raw sewage. You just have to raise enough questions, spread enough dirt, plant enough conspiracy theorizing that citizens no longer know what to believe. Once they lose trust in their leaders, in mainstream media, in political institutions, in each other, in the possibility of truth, the game's won.